Bills Mafia, I don't think it's hyperbolic to say that Christian Benford may have saved the Buffalo Bills season. He certainly saved their Week 14 matchup with the Bengals as he made the play of the game on the second blitz that Bobby Badge sent him on off the edge. The first one, he made an impact as well. He got a big-time sack on Joe Burrow. The second one, he took that thing to the house. We'll talk about him making the play of the day as the Bills got some historic news surrounding Christian Benford and where they are right now. We'll talk about some injuries as well from the game against Cincinnati and the AFC Playoff Picture. Where are the Bills now and what do they need to be watching out for over the next few days? Before we jump into all of that, I need the Bills Mafia to go down there and do one thing for me. If you guys are still fired up about the win over the Bengals and the play of Christian Benford, go down and hit that thumbs up icon for me. Like today's video. Show some love to the Bills as they are 9-4 and they're hitting their stride at the right time this season. All right, let's talk about Christian Benford here, who obviously we all know made the play of the day. Pick 6 on Joe Burrow as the Bengals were driving down the field. What you don't know, or maybe you didn't, the Bengals had an 84% chance to win the game in that moment. They were at the Bills' 37-yard line. They were driving. I mean, Buffalo cuts the lead to 3. They end up going down the field and end up trying to take the lead again, but James Cook fumbles it. Bengals score again. Boom, down 10. Then Bills score. Bengals next possession. They're driving down the field, and there's not a lot of time left. There were literally 5 minutes left in the ball game. So Christian Benford went and took matters into his own hands. Right in the grill of Joe Burrow, picked him off, and took it the distance. Outran Jamar Chase, who I thought was jogging on those last 20 yards as well. But the history that was made, this Christian Benford play, it's insane. Next Gen Stats putting this out. Christian Benford's 63-yard pick 6 increased the Buffalo Bills' win probability by 60.8 percentage points. 61% swing for this game, from 16.2% all the way to 77.0. It was the single biggest win probability swing on a play outside of the last 2 minutes in the Next Gen Stats era. That's since 2016. So Christian Benford just swung the momentum more than anybody on one single play in the last decade. Yeah, I'd call that history. Christian Benford honestly said he kind of lucked into it as well. He said, I actually didn't do my technique right. I wasn't supposed to jump at the Joe Burrow pass. He said, God or something told me to leave my feet. This is a player who prays before every series. Prays before every play, I'm pretty sure. And God answered his prayers, I guess, with this major impact that he made on Joe Burrow. I mean, second straight week with a defensive touchdown. He hasn't had a defensive touchdown in his career before these past 2 weeks. So somebody is on Christian Benford's side. James Cook's definitely on his side as well. He said, that's why we paid him. And he actually goes, that's why we paid him. Shit, to make plays. And he went out there and made one today. Shaq Thompson also had great things to say. Shout out to Shaq Thompson, by the way, who I thought played awesome in this one. Continues to probably be the most productive linebacker on the Bills this season. Called Benford a silent assassin. Said he doesn't say a whole heck of a lot. But when the time is now, when the time comes that he needs to go out there and make a play, he makes it. And we're seeing that week after week at this point. It's not just the fact that Benford had the big sack on Joe Burrow, or Benford picked off Joe Burrow and went to the house with it and really just shifted this game and flipped it on its head. It was an all-game affair, as a matter of fact. There were, I think it was, 16 snaps, 16 matchups between Christian Benford and the guy chasing him right there, Jamar Chase, who I would say, I think a lot of people would say, is the best wide receiver in football. 16 matchups in this game. And by the way, it's not like the entire Bills secondary was locking up. Like Joe Burrow was dotting you up all day to Mike Gesicki, to T. Higgins as well, and a couple of T. Higgins drops that Burrow put right on the money. So Burrow was dialed. The Bengals offense was dialed, but Christian Benford had Jamar Chase in a straight jacket. 2 targets, 0 receptions in 16 snaps. Things are the energy is shifting with the Buffalo Bills, and Christian Benford is a big reason why. Speaking of energy shifting, Jordan Phillips, who also made a major play in this game, getting his big mid up there for the second Joe Burrow interception, just one play after the Benford pick 6. He said that Christian Benford is in his flow state, and we're all happy he is. In his flow state, he might be in his all-pro flow state at this point. I mean, if you guys remember, the first half of the season, you could argue even a little bit more than first half of the season, Christian Benford was not really playing up to standards, to be quite honest with you. I could also point to him potentially being harbored by injuries. He was hurt at the end of last season. I mean, there was groin injuries going on in training camp leading up to the season. So I guess he was really never 100%. Now it looks like he is, and he's making a big-time impact for your Buffalo Bills, literally turning the tides of games. Like, unbelievable. First 2 career touchdowns over the past 2 weeks. He didn't even have a coverage rate of 65 over the first 9 weeks per PFF. So he's gone from, honestly, mediocre season to all-pro potential season. I mean, the guy's making the damn Defensive Player of the Year push with these touchdowns racking up. Now, some big-time news with Christian Benford here. Nick Savato saying he did go into the x-ray room after the game. I did see a couple of videos with Benford kind of jogging off the field. He looked like he was in great spirits. Didn't look like he was hobbled by anything. And it doesn't even say why he went to the x-ray room. Apparently, it was because of his hand. But we did see him in the locker room after the game as well. There is no brace on Christian Benford. There is no cast on Christian Benford. So signs point to me that there's nothing broken in his hand. He's smiling. He's dapping everybody up, all that good stuff. He's got tape on the hand. I don't think that has anything to do with why he went into the x-ray room. But looks like things are all clean with Benford. Bills probably just taking extra little precaution because they know how important he is to this defense. With that being said, you tell me down below, should Christian Benford be an all-pro? Considering where he was to the way that he's playing right now, should it be an all-pro nod for Christian Benford? Let me know in the comment section Y for yes or N for no. What's your thoughts on number 47? All right. We got to talk about injuries. We got to talk about playoff picture because, yes, your Bills got to win, but things couldn't be more crowded in the AFC at this point. Some big-time stuff went down in Week 14. That around the corner. First, though, holiday season is here, folks. You guys want to get your loved ones, a friend, anybody in your life, a Josh Allen jersey because everybody needs a little 17 in their closet. Chatsports.com/Josh Allen to get yours today. Size is available. Colors available. You'll see free shipping here. You'll see discounts there. Get it before they are gone. Chatsports.com/Josh Allen to get yours today. That link is in the comment section and description of today's video. All right, some Bills injury news here. Khalil, Shakir. He was hobbling a little bit. You saw he was clearly limping after one of the Bills' plays offensively. It was after he actually caught one of those screens. I think Josh faked it right and then threw it back to Shakir the other way. It was actually a nice grab because it was really out in front of him. He ended up coming up a little hobbled by that. Didn't have to miss any time during the game, but certainly something to keep an eye out on. Could have been a little bit more of a hurt versus injured type deal for Khalil Shakir there. Cole Bishop, similar thing, but Cole Bishop was ruled questionable to return. He actually left the game in the fourth quarter with cramps. And it's not too often that you see an actual injury designation in the middle of the game for cramps like that. So interesting there. And then Dalton Kincaid with the knee. I mean, you just clearly see that he's not all the way back yet from this new injury that popped up in the midst of him recovering from a hamstring injury. So Hammy looked fine for the most part. It wasn't favoring that during the game. He had a touchdown as well. So if he's on the injury report, it'll continue to be for that knee that's kind of swelled up. But he made an impact in this game, and he's probably only going to get healthier as the season goes along. All right, let's talk about it, man. Playoff picture for your Buffalo Bills. Here is how the AFC shakes out, and I'm telling you right now, the division is alive. You play the Patriots next week. They are on bye this week. Now, they would have to lose another game in the division in order to end up losing out to the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. They do play the Jets and the Dolphins before the season ends, but it's not looking too likely that that would be the case. Even if the Bills win next week, the Patriots losing the Dolphins or the Jets is not that likely. You also have, obviously, the Broncos in first place in the AFC West. You have the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are in first place in the AFC North. And if you want to pop that thing back up, you have the Chargers, who play on Monday night against the Philadelphia Eagles. It's just one of those things where if the Chargers win that game, they're going to hop the Bills. If the Chargers lose that game, they're in a weird spot because Indiana's right there as well. Houston hot on some tails, and Kansas City. I mean, Houston and Kansas City play tonight. I mean, there's a chance that while you're watching this video, those two teams are playing right now. It could be coming out in the morning. It could be coming out at halftime of Sunday Night Football. But the Ravens lost again. That was absolutely huge. The Jags are 9-4 as well, so full control of the AFC South for them. But the Chargers, huge to watch there as the Bills are the 5 seed right now. They would match up with the Steelers in the playoffs, so I'm all in on that. Or, yeah, they would match up with the Steelers in the playoffs right now. I would be all in on playing whoever wins the AFC North, and it's really looking like it's Pittsburgh at this point, in the first round of the playoffs. The Bills are just a better football team than them. Also wouldn't mind, though, playing the Jaguars. I just think that they don't have it in year one of Liam Cohen just yet. I wouldn't even be mad at playing the Broncos. The Bills just got to be in the playoffs. If they could win the division, that would be awesome, but I think they're in a really, really good spot at this point in time. Does that mean that they're going to win the AFC or anything like that? Does that mean I think they're going to win the Super Bowl? No. Not yet, at least. They still got to prove a little bit more to me. Next week is a massive test against the New England Patriots, and we're going to be live for that game as well. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Turn those notifications on if you haven't yet, and give me a follow over on Twitter at Tyler J. Smith, 2 H's, because the name's common, but I am not. That will do it for today's edition of the Bills Breakdown. We'll see you guys all in the next video, and as always, let's go, Buffalo.